Just last week, federal agents raided 2 homes of rapper and music mogul Sean P. Diddy Combs in Los Angeles and Miami. Combs is the subject of a federal investigation and already facing...
What's poppin', y'all? It's your girl B, and welcome back to my channel. And if you have not already, make sure you like, share, and subscribe. And make sure you hit that all button and the notifications so you know when some more tea is coming your way.
Alright, y'all, so this video is going to be about P. Diddy. It is long overdue, but I am going to start being more consistent for you guys, I promise. This video is going to be about the most recent lawsuit that was placed against him by Lil Rod, or Rodney Jones, who was a music producer that worked with him on his album The Love. He pretty much said that he suffered psychologically since working with him, and he is suing him for $30 million in damages. 30 million. He said, I need this money because, yeah, these girls aren't the only one who suffered. So he pretty much said he is suing him for sexual assault, fraud, abuse, sex trafficking, and forced drug use. Now this lawsuit, like the whole document, it's long, okay? It's 73 pages, but not every page is a bunch of, long scripture. We're just gonna go through this together, all right? That's all I'm gonna say. We gonna sip this tea together. So get what you need, all right? Get your blunt, get your drink, get your whatever you need, because we're about to go through this. And I don't know if y'all have seen, but a couple of pages have already come out in the media, on social media, in regards to what's in this lawsuit, and it's juicy. But let's get to it. Alright, y'all, so here's the documents. You see, this was filed in February on the 26th. Alright, you see, this was Rodney Jones, Lil Rod. And do you see all of these that is included in this case? And I don't know. I'm not a legal person. I don't really know much about it, but you can do this. Like, you can just say, I'ma sue Sean Combs, but I'm also gonna sue his son and whoever Ethiopia Miriam is. And like, all of these people love records. Like, why would it, I don't know, like, is it because they all just work together so you're able to group it? Or since it's all tied together, you can group it in? Like, does anybody know why that's allowed? Because I just thought, like, okay, if you're going to sue Diddy and you're going to sue Diddy's son, wouldn't that have to be 2 different lawsuits? I don't know. Comment below if y'all know. Might need to Google that. So, trigger warning to everybody. This document does contain highly graphic information of sexual nature, including sexual assault. Additionally, there are graphic images of the aftermath of a shooting, reacted images of sexual intercourse, what does that say? I thought it said reacted. Redacted? Oh, okay. Redacted images of sexual intercourse, redacted images of minors, sex workers, and prostitutes, details of sex trafficking and the illegal distribution of guns and drugs. All right, y'all, let's get into this. So the plaintiff, Lil Rod, alleges as for his complaint against Diddy and his son, Lucien Charles. Okay. All right, so the plaintiff, Lil Rod, Mr. Jones, hereby alleges for his complaint against Diddy, his son Justin, Mr. Grange, this Ethiopia lady. I guess it could be a guy. Let me stop doing that. Oh wait, bruh. Stay with me, y'all. Little Rod against the world, okay? This court has personal jurisdiction over the defendants under the consistent with the constitutional requirements of due process. Okay, so this is just telling about, they're doing this by law. So, the date of this finding, defendants have consistently and purposefully availed themselves of the privilege of conducting activities within New York, thus invoking the benefits of protections of the New York law. In returns for those benefits and protections, defendants must submit to the burdens of litigation in New York. Okay? Pretty much saying they was doing some stuff, trying to be above the law, and they need to be taken down. Okay? All right. Let's keep going. So, plaintiff Rodney Jones is an American artist, a music producer. Mr. Jones resides in the states of New York and California. Defendant Sean Diddy is a rapper and record executive, popularly known by his stage names Puff Daddy, Puffy, P. Diddy, Diddy, Brother Love, or Love. Now it's P. Diddy. Still sounds shitty. This is just explaining who each other is, okay? We know who P. Diddy is. We really just don't know, we don't know much about you, Little Rod. Okay? Boom. Why did they use this picture? I need to know. Why? Okay. Also, defendant Justin Dior Combs. I love the name Dior. Also, one of my niece's middle names. Love it. Okay, so his son, and this is just information again about him. I'm pretty sure we all know who Justin is. You may not know him by name, but by face, this is one of P. Diddy's sons, okay? His name's Justin. He's named in this lawsuit, all right? And also put the address. Crazy. They crazy. Okay, Lucian Charles Grange. Okay, we don't know who this is, really. The CEO of Defendant Universal Music Group, okay? So this is him. So, looks like he's just one of the big men up top. Okay. Defendant Ethiopia also was the former CEO of Motown Records, the parent company of Love Records. Okay. So she also big woman up top. Okay. Defendant Christina Coram is a chief and staff to Diddy's Global Enterprises. So she is pretty much one of the main women up top as well. That's having to do with... So I guess she's another lady who is up top in Diddy's Global Enterprises. Okay, let's see. Okay, so they just the recording studio, Chalice Recording Studio, Motown Records, the record label. Universal Music Group, another record label. Another record label with a principal place of business. So there's that. Let's see. And then Love Records, which obviously is that record label which is Diddy's most recent record label that he's been running things under. let's see. Combs Enterprises, which obviously it's got his name in it, so we already know that's P. Diddy's business. It's part of all of the investments and things that he builds builds his businesses on. You could see music, fashion, fragrance, beverage, marketing, film, television, media properties, you name it. Okay, let's see. So Rodney Little Rod Jones. Okay. Not the child prodigy. Okay, so it says he's from Chi-Town, Chicago, was born and raised there. Second oldest son out of 9 siblings. Comes from a long line of gospel music influencers. I love gospel music, yes. Okay, so let's see. All right. Said that he started playing instruments at 5, playing the drums at church. At 13, he started playing the guitar, and that's what he pretty much. Oh, and from 13 to now, he's taught himself to play over 13 instruments. That's really cool, actually. I would love to be diverse like that. Okay. They said that he's considered a musical prodigy, led him to produce and create commercial marketplace for music that has been recorded by some of the most prestigious artists in music history. Okay, so this is just showing his rap and why he is the man. All right. So it says he, throughout his career, he's worked on the south side of Chicago, also playing with legendary greats. And says that in about August, Mr. Jones received a call from Diddy requesting that he produce several songs on a rhythm and blues album called the Love Album, Off the Grid. And Mr. Jones agreed. And apparently he said his life has been detrimentally impacted ever since. So pretty much this is just a summary of what happened. And I'm not going to read all these points because we're really about to go through this. But just to skim it, from September to November, he produced 9 songs, let's be specific. He produced 9 songs for Diddy. He lived with Diddy for months, spent holidays, birthdays, family events. So he stayed with Diddy in all his houses in LA, New York, Miami. Spent weeks on his yacht with him in the Virgin Islands. Throughout the time with him, said that he witnessed and experienced many things that went far beyond his role as producer. Okay? Whatever that means. Far beyond his role as producer. Okay? Clock that. Okay. So it says that his claims that he is pretty much stating have been corroborated through witnesses and videos and pictures and stuff that he has already in his possession. It says Diddy required Mr. Jones to record him constantly. On several occasions, Mr. Combs took Mr. Jones' cell phone and began recording himself. As a result, Mr. Jones has secured hundreds of hours of footage and audio recordings of Diddy, his staff, his guests engaging in serious illegal activity. Okay, it says Mr. Jones has secured irrefutable evidence of the acquisition, use, what the fuck? The acquisition, use, and distribution of ecstasy, cocaine, GHB, ketamine, marijuana, and mushrooms. Hey, marijuana is legal somewhere, okay? The displaying and distribution of unregistered illegal firearms. Pause. Diddy providing laced alcohol beverages to minors and sex workers at his homes. Laced alcoholic beverages. So, proof that Diddy was spiking minors and women's drinks while they were at his house. KK instructing her staff to retrieve drugs so she can provide it to Diddy. So pretty much his chief of staff getting drugs for him. His son, Christian, drugging and sexually assaulting a woman. Oh my God. Diddy detailing how he planned to leverage his relationship with Bishop T.D. Jakes to soften the impact of his public image of Cassie Ventura's lawsuit. That's crazy. So pretty much proof that he was using Bishop T.D. Jakes to make himself look good. Oh my God. Young Miami's cousin and or assistant sexually assaulting Mr. Jones. Oh my gosh. Actor Cuba Gooding Jr. sexually harassing and assaulting Mr. Jones. Oh my God. Rapper on Mr. Combs' yacht consorting with underage girls, sex workers, and R&B singer in Mr. Combs' LA home consorting with underage girls and sex workers. This right here is my swag. Okay, I couldn't help it. So this right here is where I think they go in more detail as far as explaining who the rapper, still don't say a name, but they kind of go in more detail of who these unknown people are. Meek Mill, Usher. Pretty sure that's who they were talking about. But but I may be wrong. This may be a different situation. So let's keep going. Okay, so this is the shooting. And this is why Diddy's son has been mentioned, because I don't know if you remember, but there was a whole thing that went around about an incident that happened with a shooting, and they said that Diddy's son was involved, and they said that Diddy's son is the one who shot this guy. And apparently Diddy got people to cover it up and it just went away. Okay, so let's see. Chalice Recording Studio shooting. September 12th, Diddy held writers and producers camp at Chalice Recording Studio. At the camp was Diddy, his son Justin, and Justin's friend named G. Mr. G is a 30-year-old tall African-American male. So in addition to those people, there was other musicians at the camp and a writer who's spoken to several musicians who attended the camp. One evening during this camp, Diddy, Justin Combs, and G were in a heated conversation. That conversation was moved out of the and into a restroom to where, adjacent to where Mr. Jones was sitting. Mr. Jones was approximately 2 feet away from the bathroom when gunshots rang out. Mr. Jones recalls hearing multiple shots. Uh-oh. The writer spoke with several employees of the yacht rented by Mr. Combs in the U.S. Virgin Islands who personally witnessed defendant Coram KK, instruct her staff, Brennan Paul, which is that guy who got caught with drugs, Frankie Santella, and Moy Bon, spike bottles of champagne with ecstasy. Alright, so after the gunshots, Mr. Jones immediately went into a state of shock and feared that he'd be shot next. Why would he think that? That's where he's just being extra right now. You were not afraid. Was you included in anything? Now he was just bumping them gums, okay? You was not scared. You didn't have to lie? Said Mr. Jones genuinely believed that he'd be shot through the door due to how close he was. Okay. All right. Let me keep reading because I could see that. If you was that close and I heard gunshots, I could see that. Like, okay, that might hit me. Maybe they shot towards the door and then boom, innocent bystander. Okay, so after the shooting ended, a cloud gathered around the restroom. When the door finally opened, Diddy and Justin Combs exited. G was laying on the restroom floor in a fetal position, holding his stomach and bleeding out of his leg and hip area. That's so sad. Okay, everyone stood around looking at G. Frustrated by the lack of aid to G, Mr. Jones dropped everything, ran to him, and immediately began placing pressure on his gunshot wound to his stomach. Okay, so he was in deep. Okay. As he was applying pressure on his stomach, Mr. Jones realized that G was gushing blood from another area in his leg and hip. He decided to lift G and place him to sit on the toilet. Mr. Jones asked the crowd to call the ambulance. He lifted G and brought him to the ambulance at the studio's front. At this time, Mr. Combs and Justin disappeared to another part of the studio. Mr. Combs gave strict instructions to inform the police that he had nothing to do with the shooting. He also forced Mr. Jones to lie to the police by telling them that G was shot standing outside the studio by a drive-by assailant. Telling them that G was shot standing outside the studio by a drive-by assailant. Come on now. He said, tell him it was a drive-by. You better not play. Man shot outside party at Hollywood recording studio. Oh. Man shot outside party at Hollywood recording studio. At least one person was shot at a party at Hollywood Recording Studio, police said Monday. Officers were called to the 800 block of North Highland Avenue to check into reports of a shooting about 3 a.m. According to LAPD, the location, they found a man who had been shot after stepping outside the studio. The man in his 30s was taken to the hospital in stable condition. He was reportedly shot in the abdomen. Sky 2 was over the scene early Monday, spotted several people sitting outside the location being questioned by police. No information was released about the suspect, and it's not known if the shooting was gang related. Damn. So this is a news article from September in 2022 when the shooting happened. This is the article. So this is what pretty much was out there. They were told that somebody was shot outside the studio, which was a lie, apparently. Okay, so let's keep going. Mr. Jones has several corroborating witnesses who spoke with this writer anonymously due to fear of retaliation from Diddy. They have agreed to speak publicly when subpoenaed. So pretty much they're saying they haven't come out because they're afraid of Diddy, but they'll agree to speak out if they are called by the judge into court. Okay, so let's see. Mr. Jones has a clothing he wore that day and believes it may still have the stains and DNA of G's blood. Now that is crucial. The following are screenshots of the aftermath of the restroom where G was shot by either Diddy or Justin. Y'all. Uh, okay. Okay. Side note, this is a bathroom in a recording studio, because where did the little bath mat come from? But no, for real. Whose jacket and stuff is that, I wonder? Okay. Let's go back. Get back into it. G was not shot outside of the studio, as Diddy instructed his team to report to law enforcement. So Diddy and his team provided private security for the writers' camp at the studio. The security was porous and lackluster at best. The fact that either Mr. Combs and Justin were allowed to enter the studio with guns, and those guns were not confiscated by security, is a clear breach of duty by Diddy and the team to protect Mr. Jones and the other attendees of this writers' camp, which is true. Just because you run this camp, like if nobody, like if I'm wanting to be safe, I'm assuming that security done checked everybody in this motherfucker, not a quarter of us, just because we're not usually around here. That's not fair. Okay. As a result of this shooting, Mr. Jones is severely traumatized. It says that he now suffers from PTSD, severe anxiety, depression, and insomnia. Boy, I got that now. Let's keep going. All right. So now this is the part where it says that he was sexually harassed and assaulted. This is what happened. This is his claim. Whew, y'all, I don't know about you, but this is kind of juicy. We need another shot. We need to smoke. Okay, light up. Okay, let's, for real. Whew, I need to take a deep breath. I need some water. All right. Throughout his time living with Diddy, Mr. Jones was the victim of constant, unsolicited, and unauthorized groping and touching of his anus by Diddy. So he was touching his booty all the time, which is freaking weird. And this is not the first time I've heard people say that. Like, Diddy be touching dudes' booties. It says that the events took place in LA, New York, Florida, and in the Virgin Islands. In addition to the unauthorized touching, Mr. Jones was forced by Diddy to work in Diddy's bathroom, as Diddy walked around naked and showered in his clear glass shower. Wait, how do you get forced to work in the bathroom with somebody? What was he just like, oh, don't worry about it, we're two guys, I just need to get ready and we need to hear about this beat. Like, tell me what you're thinking. Like, what does that mean? You were forced by Diddy to work in his bathroom while he was in the shower. Like, was he just trying to make it seem nonchalant? I don't know. What y'all think in the comments? Let me know, because this is crazy. But stay with me, y'all. Let's go. Let's keep it coming. As a heterosexual Christian man, Mr. Jones was uncomfortable with Diddy's advances and expressed his discomfort to Diddy's chief, KK. And you know, KK's with the shit, so he went to the wrong person. He's like in Get Out at this point, and he's going to the groundskeepers who also help kidnap the black men. KK responded to Mr. Jones' complaint with, you know, Sean will be Sean. But, like, as soon as she said that to me, I'd have been like, no, I don't know, ma'am. Apparently you do, so can you inform me as to what the fuck is going on around here? Sean will be Sean, KK. KK. Oh my gosh. Okay. KK also attempted to downplay Diddy groping Mr. Jones' anus and genitals as friendly horseplay, stating that those were acts that were Diddy's way of showing that he likes you. So if he's walking around grabbing your nuts, grabbing your booty all of a sudden, he likes you. Obviously. That's what I was. Obviously, KK. He liked me a little bit too much, if you ask me. Okay. Oh my God, y'all. What is going on? Despite these assurances on several occasions, when Mr. Combs began to undress and walk around his house naked, KK would say, "Okay, I'm leaving now," and she would disappear. KK's hypocrisy is breathtaking at best, or enabling at worst. And it is. I guess that is enabling. You know, she knows what goes on and she's just like, I just work for him. I'm out. Pretty much. Mr. Jones believes that KK aided and abetted Diddy's sexual assault of him and was working with Diddy to groom him into accepting a gay relationship. Now, you know, he is Christian, so some people really don't play about that. Like, I believe that you're gonna love whoever you want to love, so I don't think it really matters to me what you are. Now, all these in-depth things where it's like I identify as a him and they, and you're going too far. Like, if you like girls, you like guys, cool, whatever, do you. But I don't think all this other stuff is necessary, to be honest. And when it comes to people who are very religious, that is not okay to them. You know, like, especially if you were to try to make them do homosexual activities, like, that is really not okay. Like, that's a no-no. So that probably traumatized him enough. Like, he was touching my booty, he was trying to grab my dick. Like, whoa. All right, let's keep going. 62. Through these sexually deviant acts, one would say that Diddy has a pattern and practice of engaging in such nefarious activity. This ongoing conduct shows that Diddy cannot be rehabilitated. So pretty much he does this all the time. This isn't new, is what they're trying to say. Okay, so now this is where he tried to get him to do something, which another thing that we have been hearing, like, he does weird things to you, tries to get you to be a part of the gang, and then, like, all of a sudden now he wants you to do something weird, like take it even a step further. Like, he's okay with me walking around naked now let's see if you'll touch it. Like, you know what I mean? Okay, let's keep going. Mr. Combs was aware that Mr. Jones looked up to and idolized music producer Stephen Aaron Jordan, i.e. Stevie J. So Stevie J, if you guys don't know, is a American DJ, producer, and also TV personality. He was on Love and Hip Hop. He was a part of Bad Boy Records production team, The Hitmen. In 97, he won a Grammy Award for his work with P. Diddy's debut album. Throughout the late 1900s, he produced for several artists, including Mariah Carey, Tevin Campbell, the Notorious B.I.G., Biggie, 112, Jodeci, Faith Evans, Jay-Z, and Eve. That's my girl. Stevie J was one of the producers on the Love album. So the same album that Mr. Jones, or Little Rod, the same album that he worked on. Let's keep it going. Mr. Combs used access to Stevie J and his knowledge of Mr. Jones' admiration of Stevie J to groom him and entice Mr. Jones to engage in homosexuality, which is crazy, but let's keep going. Diddy went so far as to share a video of Stevie J anally penetrating a Caucasian male without a condom. This was done to ease Mr. Jones' anxiety concerning homosexuality. According to Diddy, this is a normal practice in the music industry. Look, even Stevie J is doing it. Bruh. Bruh. Bruh, there's no way that this is just going on all the time in the music industry. I cannot. Like, it's just, this is crazy. I'm just still stuck on the fact that Stevie J there's a video of Stevie J anally penetrating a man, and Diddy just has it, and Stevie J's cool with it too. Like, what is going on? Diddy then informed Mr. Jones that he had engaged in sexual intercourse with rapper and R&B singer. Okay, so look, see that? 5, 6, redacted. Let's go back up here real quick. Just real quick. Don't know why they have it set up this way, but boom. Redacted. 1, 2, 3, and 4. So right here. Okay, so you see this? 5, 6, redacted. So let's go back to those little bullet points. Don't look at that picture. Okay, right here. 5. He is a Philadelphia rapper who dated Nicki Minaj. Come on now. Come on. It ain't Safari. If any of y'all says Safari, it's Meek Mill. Come on. Yeah. We knew that. 6. He performed at the Super Bowl and had a successful Vegas residency. That one, if you wasn't really on your shiznai, you wouldn't know. But that's Usher. Usher, baby. And that's just why they name it like that. I don't know. Maybe because they're not in the lawsuit, and I guess their name just can be left as unknown. But let's keep it moving. So let's put it where it's supposed to be though. So Diddy 71, we're back at 71. Follow me. Mr. Combs informed Mr. Jones that he had engaged in sexual intercourse with rapper Meek Mill, R&B singer Usher, and Stevie J. Diddy promised to make sure that Mr. Jones wins Producer of the Year at the Grammys if he engaged in homosexuality. The following are screenshots of the video of Stevie J anally penetrating a Caucasian male that Mr. Combs provided to Mr. Jones. So let's go back to 72. Mr. Combs promised to make sure that Mr. Jones wins Producer of the Year at the Grammys if he engaged in homosexuality. That's the type of things, like that's the type of shit that happens in the little back end. Like, you do this, and I'll do this for you. Now now for this to be what I have to do to win a Grammy is wild. Like, that's wild. And for you to only make that happen if I do something like this is weird as fuck. I'm sorry. Like, what? Huh? Oh, Lord. Okay, now I'm just, like, stuck on this video now. Okay, so look at this is a screenshot. It says this is a screenshot of Stevie J anally penetrating a Caucasian male. Now, if you don't know what Stevie J really looks like, to me this just don't look like him. I mean, this is a screenshot. So they're saying they have a video. So, I mean, if this is a screenshot of the video and it shows a better look of his face, I mean, shit. I guess they can't. I mean, you can't lie. Can't lie about that. If they got you on video and it's you, what you gonna do? I mean, you gonna say that's not you? You can until the day you die. But if you're on camera, you got that moving picture. I can't help you. Now this right here, I don't know. It doesn't really look like him. Shit, this kind of looks like fucking Young Jock. Let's not do him, but it kind of looked like Young Jock. Like, I don't know if this looks like Stevie J. Let's keep going though. Oh, it's another screenshot. Yo, okay, bruh, this looks like him low key. I'm not even a fucking lie. This is giving Young Jock. What's that one? Okay, but yeah, this looks like Stevie J. Not gonna lie. Whoa, you guys. Let's just take a second. This is getting crazy. This is crazy. Okay. Thanksgiving 2022, Mr. Jones is sexually assaulted by Young Miami's cousin. Now, this is the part of his allegation where you got me thrown out a window, because for you to say that you were sexually assaulted by a female, like by her cousin, like, I'm not saying that women can't assault men. I'm not saying that at all. However, you're telling me that you didn't want to engage into any type of sexual act with this lady? I don't know. But let's keep it pushing. On Thanksgiving Day in 2022, Little Rod was in Diddy's house located in Miami, Florida. Young Miami and her female cousins were also present. First of all, Thanksgiving Day, and he was at Diddy's house. Let's just start there. This is how invested this man was with Diddy. Okay? You ain't even at your family's house no more for Thanksgiving. You over here at this man's house with the bitches. Diddy was intoxicated and offered cocaine to Mr. Jones. He rejected him and proceeded to walk to the restroom. While using the restroom, Young Miami's cousin bursted into the bathroom and began groping him. Mr. Jones believed that Diddy sent her in there to sexually assault Mr. Jones. As she entered the bathroom, she dropped to her knees and began performing oral sex on Mr. Jones' exposed penis. Mr. Jones pushed her away and exited the bathroom. Young Miami's cousin did not accept Mr. Jones' rejection as she proceeded to follow him out of the bathroom. She started undressing and attempted to straddle him and have sex with him in the presence of Diddy and his staff. Once again, Mr. Jones pushed her off. The following images are from a video of Miami, her cousin, Mr. Jones, and Mr. Combs. So pretty much saying that she followed him into the bathroom, tried to put it on him. He pushed her away, didn't want it. I mean, I could see him saying, like, go in there, like he's being uptight. He don't want none of my booger sugar, so go in there and put it on him, make him want to party. Okay, let me stop playing with y'all. Okay, for real though. I don't know. This situation just seems a little kind of on that little thin line where you it may have just been a little bit too much going on, and she was just, you know, ready for whatever. But let's just keep going. So here are pictures of Little Rod and Diddy on Thanksgiving Day, right before Diddy invites Mr. Jones into the restroom and attempted to force him to take cocaine. So this is right before he tried to get him to take some cocaine. This is young Miami and her cousin who tried to drop his drawers. Okay. So this is just, proof, This is just more and more of him saying, I got the receipts. He got the receipts. You can't deny the receipts, y'all. Okay, next, Trafficking and Victims Protection Act. So throughout his time with Diddy, Little Rod was transported from California to New York, Florida, and to the Virgin Islands. During this time, Little Rod was forced to solicit sex workers and perform sex acts to the pleasure of Diddy. On or about February 4th, Diddy forced Little Rod to bring prostitutes and sex workers back to his home in Miami. On or about February 2nd, 23, Mr. Jones believes Diddy drugged him. Mr. Jones recalls waking up naked, dizzy, and confused, and he was in bed with two sex workers and Diddy. He also recalls aimlessly wandering around the house with no clothes on. Whoa. Whoa. So I was going to say, back to these points. Again, how do you force somebody to bring prostitutes and sex workers back to his house? Like, what, he just, come on, go pick some up. Did he hold a gun to your head and say, go grab some bitches and bring them back to the house? No, he didn't. Highly doubt it. You were just as complicit into that. I'm sorry. I mean, maybe you didn't want to, mess with them. However, that part, you can't sit here and say somebody forced you to do something like that. That part, some of these little things are just starting to get a little, you're stretching it. But this part, what? Y'all, waking up in bed, naked, prostitutes in your bed, a grown man, like, that is crazy. What would y'all do? How would you feel? Like, if you, like, dead ass, like, if you woke up in bed like this, what would be your first thing? Like, would you just get up and leave? Because I think I would probably just get up and leave. If they're just laying in their sleep still, I probably would just have left. I don't know. Let me know in the comments what you would have done. Okay, let's see. More pictures. Sex workers in bed with Mr. Jones. This is what I'm like also like just tweaking off of, is the fact that he's got all these pictures. He tries to say that Diddy would take his phone and take these pictures. None of these pictures look like Diddy took them. I'm sorry. These look like you were snapping photos for yourself. This looks like you laying in bed and took a picture of a girl, a different girl. These don't even look like come on now. Where was Diddy? This bed don't even look big enough for 4 people. Let's be real. Like, some of this stuff, you lying. You gotta be. You're stretching it. Let's keep going. All right. 85. On another occasion in Miami, Florida on Thanksgiving night 22. Wait, what? How is this another occasion if it also was Thanksgiving of 22? Like, again, Come on now. Don't be trying to mess with me right now. Like this, they trying to stretch this. Okay, let's go. I'm just saying, this ain't no fucking another occasion if it's the same day. Diddy asked, Diddy asked Mr. Jones and DeFrost Taylor to enter a studio bathroom. He asked them for $100 bill because he wanted them to do cocaine with them. Mr. Jones was scared. He asked them for $100 bill because he wanted to do cocaine with him. Damn, he just asked him for 100 real quick. Like, what if I only got a 5? All right, let me keep going. Mr. Jones was scared, but luckily he didn't have $100 bill. I guess he didn't have 100. He only had a 5 too. So Mr. Combs waited a little later to do coke with Miami. Like, girl, I mean, boy, he said, all right, I'll just go do it with my girl. Y'all boring. And the fact that they had to throw that in there, you didn't need to throw that in there. Later that evening, he required Mr. Jones to solicit sex workers from Booby Trap on the river located. Come on now. From Booby Trap on the river, which is obviously a popular location. Mr. Jones did so, and Diddy forced him to engage in unsolicited sex acts with these workers. Again, I could see him like, come on, do it. But how is somebody gonna force you to do a sex act with somebody? I just don't see how somebody can make you do that. What did he literally was screaming at you, had the gun to your head, was pulling your pants down, or was like, you're gonna be done if you don't? Like, I just don't see this happening. Like, you probably wanted to do a lot of this stuff. I'm sorry. But let's keep going. Here's the Booby Trap, which is actually kind of a genius name. Booby Trap on the river, y'all. All right, so as part of Mr. Jones' sex worker recruitment tools, Diddy provided Little Rob with an exclusive bad boy baseball cap and required him to wear it to Booby Trap on the river as a signal to any sex worker he approached that Diddy was in town and had sent Mr. Jones to recruit them. Hell nah, this is crazy. Mr. Jones had no desire to visit Booby Trap on the river, had no desire to solicit sex workers. Diddy used his power and influence to intimidate Mr. Jones into soliciting sex workers. As detailed below, Diddy used many tactics to maintain dominion and control of Mr. Jones. Okay, because I was going to say, you need to tell me how he's making you do these things, because I'm still confused. Apparently, these workers were accustomed to servicing Diddy and would know that he is in town by the sight of the baseball cap. We got that. The following are Instagram profiles of 2 of the sex workers that Diddy required Mr. Jones to solicit and have sex with in his home. I mean, obviously, these sex workers are not going to be no regular $2 hoe. They going to be some baddies, okay? Anyways, Mr. Jones had no desire to solicit and or have sex with individuals in the previous paragraph. Mr. Combs used his power and influence to intimidate and force Mr. Jones into soliciting and sleeping with these women. The following is the number of another sex worker that Diddy required Mr. Jones to solicit and perform sexual acts with in his homes. Just more receipts. But this is where I believe 50 Cent comes in, because he starts talking about these sex workers that I believe ends up also being 50 Cent's baby mom, Daphne. All right, y'all. This for real, like, has my nerves going, and we're gonna have to do a part 2 next time. and end this right here, because this is already an hour long, and we just need to sit on this and all this information that we got right now, and we're gonna get to some more tea next time. Okay, make sure you like, comment, subscribe on this video, because Diddy going down.